sorry that I can't keep it together. Maybe it's the trauma, or maybe it's the drugs. I can't seem to control my fucking temper. But the problem lies in not being enough. I lost my sense of humor in the battle for my mind. Now I'll slip away with one last puff this time. Substance suicide, assisted by my fickle friend. I'll finally lose my mind. Substance suicide, only time with no regrets is letting myself die. Forgive me for the outburst with your neighbors. My actions don't reflect what's in my soul. I never found the right way to relate or take in and display a better role. The chemicals that shape me are buried deep this time. My family's already given up, it's fine. Substance suicide, assisted by my fickle friend. I'll finally lose my mind. Substance suicide, the only time with no regrets, letting myself die. Substance suicide, assisted by my fickle friend. I'll finally lose my life. The substance suicide, the only time with no regrets is letting myself die. Is letting myself die.
I'm Ethan Nagel, scout, sniper, and filmmaker. I've teamed up with combat veteran and founder of Project Leaflet, Chris Naganuma. We traveled to Izium to capture the stories of 3rd Assault Brigade's men on the front lines. This is Embed Actual.
If you have annoying neighbors, you can use this device.
Just crossed the river. We're gonna grab some coffee though before we hit the front line.
Heading back into the bunker for safety. Make sure we don't get hit with counter battery. Oh, there's one.
Freedom is the right of all sentient beings.
Broadcasting live from the basement of the Pentagon. This is WTF Nation Radio.
I looked my woman in the eye sockets. I told her straight out. I just said it, man. I said it. I said, bitch, I'm the man of the house.
You said bitch though. You called your wife a bitch.
Yeah.
This is a public service announcement from C.T. Fletcher. I will not contribute to the pussification of a nation. Get your punk ass out there and work for it, motherfucker.
Let's roll.
from the Functional Veteran Center of Excellence on this 11 August 2025. The year of our what the hell's going on in DC dumpster fire. Woo, damn. Well, I don't even know where to begin. Broadcasting deep within the basement of the Pentagon, the Alamo, Area 51. I don't know. We might move out of the Pentagon if people don't like what we fucking talk about up there. So, woo, doggy. Oh man, good lord. So, welcome to the Monday edition, U.S. Army WTF Moments and WTF Nation Radio. Your veteran optics and looking thingies and how we see things from the standpoint from the news desk at U.S. Army WTF Moments. And good lord, what the hell's going on in D.C.? So we're gonna go over some stories tonight. That it's gonna be kind of like that. Oh God, just pretty much the definition of what the fuck, right? What the hell's going on? Remember when President Snow locked down the Capitol to keep Katniss Everdeen out? Huh? What? What do you? Oh, that was a Hunger Games. You know, I kind of like that movie. That was pretty good. Well, the book is like, saw it. I think where was I? Like somewhere in the library. I was deployed somewhere. Read through it a little bit. Oh, I was like, okay, pretty cool. Then I heard there was a movie out. And all the bros were like, oh, you like the Hunger Games? I'm like, what? It's a good freaking movie. It's a good flick. A good novel to film adaptation. But yeah, so what we're going to talk about? Holy crap, what is going on? Well, first off, welcome to the Monday edition, and we're going to get just right into the news. Massey always likes to, he likes to say, hey, be safe out there. Make sure you talk about that. Me, I'm just kind of like going off script. Decided to just say, fuck it. So if you guys haven't heard the news that's been going all day just about, President Trump orders the National Guard to deploy to Washington, D.C. and ordered 800 troops, National Guard in the district to help reestablish law and order. I don't just like saying it like that, like Emperor Palpatine. Law and order. Law and order. Can I read that like the Emperor's voice? Every single National Guardsman will move into the district and help reestablish law and order. The Hunger Games is like a blueprint of my life. Yeah. So 800. The move is in the latest deployment of military personnel on U.S. soil during Trump's second term. Now, we're in the 7th month of the D-Treasy administration. I know people get mad that we're going to be saying D-Treasy and Trizzle for Trizzle and all that stuff. But just let you guys know, we have had enough commentary back and forth on all sides of the aisle for all administrations. So before everyone fucking launches into me and puts me in a fucking South Park film. Did you guys see the South Park shit? Anyways, I digress. Now, according to President Trump, this will be a move to establish law and order and public safety in Washington, D.C. They're going to be allowed to do their job properly, which I still don't know what the fucking guard's job is to do properly to begin with. Hell, we can't even figure out how to fucking do drones and shit. So anyways, Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth, who also attended Monday's news conference, told reporters that the District of Columbia National Guard has been mobilized at the president's direction. Quote, you will see them flowing into the streets of Washington in the coming week. At your direction as well, sir. And there are other units we are prepared to bring in. Other National Guard units, other specialized units. Oh. They will be strong. They will be tough. And they will stand with our law enforcement partners, unquote. Everyone's saying, what's the gig? What's the job? What y'all doing? What's the 5-paragraph warrant order say? What's the op order say? Now, of course, every time we have such mobilizations, U.S. Army WTF Moments, the inbox is open, as always. What's up, PIQ? Oh, wait, what's Spanky doing in the Monday edition chats? What's going on? Dude, what, whoa. I didn't even see that. I see Spanky up in the comments. You know something's up. She's normally hanging around Sarden's time, but I don't know. She must have heard that I don't have snacks, Spanky. So, from what the Major Montrell Russell, an Army spokesman, said that they will, quote, supporting law enforcement at any given time. Their duties will include an array of administrative logistics and physical presence in the support of law enforcement. Yeah. How's that going to roll out? Did you ever see the movie? What was that movie with Bruce Willis? Remember that movie with Bruce Willis? What's the Siege or something like that? That's not Under Siege. That's with Steven Seagal. But Siege or something like that, where he turns they turn the football stadium into an internment camp and yada yada, and then he's like one of the commanders there. I can't remember what movie. Yeah, I think it was The Siege or something like that. No, Red? No. Now that we have rumblings of a super duper servers that are logging in our push notifications, do we need to be careful who and what we send to? Yeah, exactly. So, U.S. Army W.T.F Moments posted something that was immediately taken down. Matter of fact, we didn't even get to, once we scheduled it, it said you violated something before it even went up. So be careful out there what you post on social media. With Denzel Washington. Yeah, it was Denzel Washington and Annette Bening. That's right. That's right. Yeah. I think was it called The Siege or something like that? Anyways. Escape from New York. No. In a memo to Hegseth on Monday, Trump wrote the D.C. National Guard will remain mobilized until I determine that the law and order have been restored to the District of Columbia. Now, everybody knows that around the Baltimore, Arlington / D.C. area, it's kind of like everybody knows it's been high crime for for generations. I know when I was growing up and you did a visit to the nation's capital, there's just some things you don't fucking see at night, or you don't go. Good things don't happen after 12 o'clock. Yada yada yada. That's all. Every safety brief. So I'm just kind of curious what the deal's going to be, what's going to happen, and of course, as all other deployments to DC or riots or whatever that we have going on, anytime there's civil unrest, feel free to hit the W.T.F Moments inbox, preferably on Facebook and Instagram. The Twitter one is rarely monitored. So hit the Instas and hit the Facebook's Book of Faces. Trump telegraphed the move before the news conference by posting on social media Monday morning. Quote, Washington, D.C. will be liberated today. It's under siege, right? Crime, savagery, filth, and scum will disappear. I will make our great capital again. The days of ruthless killing and hurting innocent people are over, unquote. Supposedly it was some Doge employee that got set up, I guess. Some kid named Big Balls or something like that had a run in, had some fisticuffs, and that is what's triggering that whole thing. Which I'm like, yeah, all right. So yeah, bro, shit show, man. I can't wait. What's up with the filth stuff, man? What if you're into that thing? We don't kink shame here. Savagery? What's up? What's that? Hey, what's wrong with that? Filth? Scum? Whoa. That sounds like officer talk. Don't hang out with the illicits. They're full of crime, savagery, filth, and scum. Don't ask what you want to talk about if you ignore answers. Huh? Don't ask what you want to talk about if you ignore answers. See, that's the thing. I don't know what's up with DC as any metropolitan city. So again, we're gonna have to just see what happens. But he just didn't say that. He said other cities as well. Our cities are hopefully watching this. Other cities hopefully are watching this, and maybe they'll self-clean up, or maybe they'll self-do this. They'll self-do this. What self-do this mean? I guess, and get rid of the cashless bail thing. Of all of the things that caused the problem. Huh? Let me read that again. Other cities are hopefully watching this, and maybe they'll self-clean up, and maybe they'll self-do this and get rid of the cashless bail thing and all of the things that caused the problem of excellence. The District of Columbia National Guard has approximately, according to task and purpose, 2,700 soldiers, airmen, and unlike other National Guard commands, which answer to state governors, the D.C. National Guard reports to the president. Yeah, meanwhile, in Vietnam and yeah, exactly. How come you're not mobilizing troops to Vietnam? Or Killeen? Or Austin? Or El Paso? How come we ain't seeing troops there? We'll see what happens. I'm just okay. Like I said, it was like common knowledge. It's like, when does the sun come? Just typical. Hey, how do you put your shoes on or something? I do kind of. Roy Jean Compton III keeps saying 9/11. 9/11. I don't know what he's trying to make a tinfoil connection. The DC Guard just had a change of command over the weekend, and Major General John C. Adoni, I'm really fucking up names, who has been serving the interim commanding general since 2023, September, stepped down August 9th, and Brigadier General Leyland Blanchard, the second. Ooh, they're serious when they got that, the second, is the interim commander. The district is technically under the authority of U.S. Congress, but maintains some autonomy to run at local government under the Home Rule Law of 1973. So, the last time we had the George Floyd riots, 2020, January 6th, deployed then. So, and also during the inaugurations of the former president and the current president. So, it's just like, Monday's order came after Trump had repeatedly threatened to use troops in D.C., posting to social media last week, if D.C. doesn't get its act together, we'll have no choice but to take federal control of the city. It's almost like driving down. If you guys don't knock it off, I'll have to turn around, or I'll stop and pull over the side of the road and use the spoon or the chancla. According to the Justice Department. Oh, hey, that's something about the crimes. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, the crime stats. Well, I'm glad Task and Purpose provided that article. It's going to be posted, by the way, U.S. Army W.T.F. Moments Facebook page. So you'll see it then. Here's where Trump has repeatedly criticized the city and its leadership in recent days, specifically claiming that the crime is out of control. And his Truth Social app, he posted one of the most dangerous cities anywhere in the world. Now, I must say, the last few times I've been to DC, I don't know. I don't. Maybe I'm hanging out at the wrong spot. Some of the spots that's happened, just shit happens. What remember I was saying? Things don't happen. Good things don't happen after 12 o'clock. According to the Justice Department, violent crime in the district is at a 30-year low and dropped 35% from 2023 to 2024. So, DC was way worse in the 90s. Way worse in the 90s. There was like dystopian movies made about DC and New York, Atlanta. You remember that movie with Jean-Claude Van Damme, Cyborg? Wasn't it like set in Atlanta or something like that? Some post-apocalyptic thing. So, at the time, if cities and states didn't go a specific route, that's what the dystopian future looked like. So he singled out the homelessness in the city. By the way, thank you guys you guys must have been, you guys are read up on this too. He said that unhoused people need to move out immediately or face eviction. Where the fuck they gonna go? Virginia? Maryland? They would be given places to stay far from the city. Like where? Where would it be bad? Where are you gonna send? Where are you gonna send them? You can't deport them, right? You can't deport them. Send them to Ohio. No PIQ. Ohio is a psyop. It doesn't exist. At least that's what my friends tell me. People from Ohio. Wait, we were just in Ohio. We were doing the VFW convention. Never take that back. In a fictional city or state called Ohio. San Francisco is about send them to Martha's Vineyard. Exactly that. Good point, Eric. Send them to Martha's. Oh, man. They'll deploy the National Guard to remove them from Martha's Vineyard. Or set up a camp out there. Y'all need to read read about the rise to Hitler. We are on that path. Nah, I think let's put it this way. And of course, everybody on both sides of the aisle always hate me when I say this. We're too fucking stupid to be like that. Everyone's too self-centered to try some shit like that. If you really want to be honest, the left can't organize for shit. The right can't organize for shit. So I doubt it. If anything's going to fucking happen, it's going to be like, I don't know, at the local level or some shit. That's my prediction. And I will give you a case of Tecate, and we can celebrate the loss of my loss at the bet. How about that? Holly says that if Trump I keep saying Treasy. If Trump decriminalizes cannabis, police can burn the MJ from the evidence room, and everybody, yeah. Could you imagine? Could you imagine all those if marijuana were to get legalized? All you got to do is open up the evidence locker, and the cops can do a buyback or can do a sale, kind of like a bake sale. Hey, this is some good shit. Here you go. Bam. Then I am not. God damn, Chris, dude, you need to just coming in the fucking chats telling me I'm naive? Come on, dude. Because I think that would have happened already. You know, it's funny because you could say the same thing on the same path to Hitlerism or whatever the fuck you want to call it with the other administration and the administration before that. And also the Patriot Act. You know, if you really wanted to get tinfoil, mew, 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 if you really want to get like that. Yeah, no, hey, Woody, apparently I can't think for myself in my old age. So we'll see what happens. I don't know what the fuck we're going to do with the homeless people unless you have some sort of whiz-bang fucking homeless project, because that's the thing. Politics, not to include this administration and the last one and the last one and the last one and the last one, they don't fucking think they're a bunch of podium fucking writers that will sit there and describe policy to no end, but when it gets to the meat and potatoes, the sausage making, I don't know why I'm doing my hands like that, nobody comes up with a viable plan or a good plan. Gerrymandering districts, outright canceling that, revoking rights, creating their own Trump and his entire support. That dude, nobody has done. That's what I'm saying. Look, I got a lot of shit. We got a lot of shit in the inbox for me saying, how did you enjoy your fascist day today? And I said I had my fascist coffee with my fascist eggs, my fascist potatoes, and I went out and did some fascist things and all that. And people got mad because I'm waiting for this boot. Again, if I'm proven wrong, I'll share a case of Tecate with you and say, yep, I was wrong. But until then, my blood pressure isn't going up about it. Do I think that some of the shit's fucked up? Oh yeah, without a doubt. But Jesus Christ. A chicken in every pot and a cap in the ass of anyone who disagrees? What? Is that what you want? Plenty of jobs out, not that we need to send illegals back. You're just an echo chamber. Ooh, hookers and cocaine, Uber alles. Damn, I didn't realize you guys would get so freaking woo over DC. I can't, for all of you that want to protect DC so much that are against this decision, I really do hope you drive or visit our nation's capital and support the economy there by going to visit our national treasures that are there. They're targeting another group of analysts, blah, 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 blah. They'll scoop them out and help them out with their situation. Are you talking about how Gavin Newsom, how he removed all the homeless when President Xi Jinping went and visited San Francisco? Like that, you mean? Spare me with the shit, dude. Both parties are fucked up when it comes to shit like that. They don't give a fuck about you. Over the weekend, the FBI sent special agents around Washington for nighttime patrols to aid local law enforcement. I want to see some stats. I want to see it. Over the weekend, the FBI is sending agents out. In this economy, I will be buying my groceries, and that's it. Yeah, at this economy, I'll just be buying exactly that. You can't even visit you. Yeah, every American citizen during their tax season. Would you like to have a trip? Would you rather have your trip paid for to the nation's capital or your tax refund? How about we just abolish the IRS? But that's a whole nother topic of conversation. I got to stay on this is where Soylent Green comes in. The activation of the National Guard is the second time Trump's ordered National Guard troops in major cities. Ordered soldiers from the California National Guard to be federalized under Title 10 of the U.S. Code in response to protests against immigration raids in L.A. A total of 4,100 California National Guardsmen took part in the mission, along with hundreds of Marines based out of Southern California, assigned to protect federal property and personnel. They mostly stood guard around federal buildings, but also accompanied Department of Homeland Security agents on immigration and drug busts, providing security perimeters, but not directly engaged in law enforcement activities. Supposedly. We don't know that. Because everyone likes to post fucking videos of old shit. We're just talking, dude. You can play the whole thing. Well, it must be okay. It doesn't make it okay. Regardless who doesn't, that much is obvious. Well, no, yeah. Wait, who are you flustering with? Nobody gives a fuck about anybody. Welcome to the U.S. government. Well, we don't care about you as much as we like to podium ride and say we do. But it's for the children. Yeah, okay. Howard says Republicans and Democrats are different wings of the same bird. Yep. While speaking to his efforts about curb crime in D.C., Trump said that his administration will look into other cities as well. If we need to, we will do the same thing in Chicago, which is a disaster. Hopefully L.A. is watching. Shit. What are you going to do? Kind of miss the fucking GWAT, don't you? Jesus Christ. Well, at least our troops are occupied. Idle hands. Man. Well, it worked at Ohio State University. Oh, man. Yeah, dude. So you'll see that get posted tonight. I think, tonight or tomorrow or something like that? I can't remember where it's at. But it'll be posted within the next 24 hours, that story. What Jesse Ventura called them Democrips and Rebloodicans. I don't even know how to Rebloodicans? The Republicans? Republic. I'm not even gonna try to say it. Way to go, PIQ. You're messing with my English as a second language capabilities. We already got people in the comments talking about the next story. They're already dropping comments in there. I unhid that because I want you guys to see this shit. So, next story. Now that we got that DC stuff out of the way. Did you guys hear about the trans service members that the Air Force is screwing over? I'll say it. They're fucking screwing them over. Going through some of the stuff that they were talking about and seeing what they were going to get. Man, we posted an article on U.S. Army W.T.F moments, and holy crap, they got the whole TL. It was like kicking a freaking anthill. Ants all over the place. I don't know why I use that analogy, but there's a comment already. People are already saying that, I'm going to unhide that comment. There we go. There we go. Facebook is, by the way, for some of you comments that are coming through that are pretty fucked up, Facebook is, I'm unhiding them so as we go along. Everybody can see what you said. And I'll be able to say the same thing too. So, anyways, going back to what I was saying. I don't know if you guys noticed that there was there was a rule that came out from the Air Force, a directive that came out, and it got people pissed off. And it was the U.S. Air Force is going to deny retirement pay to trans service members being separated from the service. Now, to go with this, what Scott says in the comments there, stop with this trans nonsense. There's two genders, always has been, always will be. Paying he to be confused, mentally ill, pretender, blah, blah, blah. These folks have never been allowed to list, blah, 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 in the first place. Okay. But they're serving. They have served. They're already in this. You know, we have autists in the fucking formations as well. You know, we have, I mean, not to use that as an example, but when you talk about the mentally ill, you're talking about what type of thing. We have so many different colors, so many different, I would say there's some guys out there that you could pass for a chick without saying you're trans, but the Air Force denied retirement pay. Now, everyone's screaming, why are you talking about the retirement pay shit? Who cares? If you only hit a specific time or a specific wicket or a specific window, that's when you get retirement. Well, for those who have not been in for a while, or those that have not, those who've not, how do I say this? Who've not been in the system. In other words, Meemaw out there and your grandpa and your uncle that likes to talk about shit that he didn't or did not do when he was in as a fucking POL person. There are different types of retirements when you're in the military. The standard retirement that everybody knows, right? 20 years, okay? 20 years, you do 20 years, you're eligible for retirement. There you go. That's the standard military retirement. Everyone says, I'm going to do my 20, I'm going to get the fuck out. And then you get out, and then you go through the VA process, blah, 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 blah. There's also the medical retirement, which, say, for instance, you injure yourself while you're serving, you're not quite at 20 years. Or maybe you are over 20 years, depending on what happened to you. You still get a retirement. It's still considered a retirement. So that's another thing that I want everybody to understand. When you hear retirement, everyone's going on this 20-year thing. That's the 20-year standard. This is a template that we're talking about. That's not what we're talking about because there's other types of retirement. So the medical retirement, there's some individuals that if they exceed 20 years and they're able to get combat-connected injuries, then, of course, they get to do the concurrent receipt, yada, yada, yada. There's so much, that's so much involved, but each case is different. I know of individuals who are medically retired, who have a retirement ID card that have 10 years, 11 years, 12 years. So that's what's going on here. The Air Force just said fuck you to all the trans service members already serving. They had served between 15 and 18 years, the option to retire early. Okay, cool. We're going to give you an option to the, oh yeah, thank you so much. The blended retirement system, Redux, right? Exactly that. Thank you for that. Appreciate that note. Where you could get out at 15 years at a reduced, that happened. So there's different types of retirement. Everyone thinks, retirement is the standard 20 years. That's not the case. And if you'd read the fucking article that was posted on US Army W.T.F in its full entirety, you would have seen what the reason why we think is fucked up. Just like everybody else think it's fucked up. So they were denied trans service members who have served between 15 and 18 years that would have, or be the option to retire early and would instead separate them without full retirement benefits. The move that trans service members will now be faced is now either take the lump sum, which is everyone, that's a standard severance stuff like that, offered to the troops, or just removed entirely from the service. So I don't know how you can not fucking say they're not getting screwed over and they should have never. Okay, look, whether you decide what you think they should not have been doing while they're serving, they are your brothers and sisters in arms that have fucking served. They've done their time. If the current policy does not allow them to go, fine. We could argue and debate the fucking spirit of the law, and we could say, hey, vote for this or whatever the fuck ever. But as far as we're talking about now, in the present, an Air Force spokesperson told this to the Associated Press that although service members with 15 to 18 years service were permitted to apply for an exception to policy, none of these exception to policies were fucking approved. Wait a minute. Just like the COVID vax, right? Oh, you're going to get all this back pay. Welcome. Come back. Don't mind the vitriol that we gave you. Saying that if you're a real leader, you got the vax. Which is why only a whopping 13 service members have returned back into service. A dozen service members have been prematurely, quote unquote, notified that they would be able to retire before the decision was reversed. According to a spokesperson who has chosen to speak under the conditions of anonymity. So all transgender service members of the Air Force are being separated, and the memo announcing the new policy, which was reviewed by the Associated Press, is the choice to deny retirement benefits was made after consideration of individual applications. What the fuck? I clearly remember hearing the DOD drama going about, hey, yeah, we'll let you retire. We'll let you get out. We'll get you this. We'll let you process out or do whatever with some dignity and respect. Oh yeah, we're not going to give you that fucking severance. Oh, we're not going to, and we're going to deny you the exception of policy because you're a trans soldier. Now again, different types of classifications of retirement are involved in here, and this is just another one. It would have been more cost effective to give trans soldiers their fucking, okay, fine, get the lump sum, get the retirement, and that's it. And move on out, draw fire, and that's it. That could be debated in the courts, that could be debated in stuff in policy and legislation and Congress to get it changed or changed back. I still think to do this to them is fucked up. To do this to them at all is fucked up because they are already planning. Okay, some trans service members that I've spoken to have said like, hey, okay, fuck it. That's my fate. I guess I'm gonna go look for a job. Luckily, I'm gonna get the severance. Luckily, I could possibly apply for retirement benefits, so at least me and my family won't be out, with no fucking money, with nothing. Now, nothing. Look, the person who made the comment about the two genders, I don't give a fuck. Once you raise your right hand, I solemnly swear, put on that fucking uniform and deploy, support, defend. You know that oath stuff that we always like to talk about. And then you're going to dick them over. All you're doing is creating villain arcs. I was talking to one of my trans friends as well about this. All you're doing is creating a fucking a villain arc. That this is the reason why you see fucking defense policies change so rapidly back and forth. We knew this was going to fucking happen. Damn, Michael. I like that comment. Also, anyone supporting the removal of benefits for transgender personnel, first, fuck you. And second, if they can take benefits from some, then they'll eventually come for yours. Exactly that. Good point, Michael. Exactly. Matter of fact, some of them have come for yours. Man, I mean, dude, it's even in service right now. How many soldiers are allowed to fucking do their CSPs or allowed to do their fucking transition protocols when they want to get out, when they want to retire, when they want to ETS? These stupid fucking business rules we have when we send these guys out, these kids out on their fucking rotations to Europe, but they got 90 days. Oh no, I'm sorry. You're retiring. You're getting out. You're about ready to do it. The next big step in the evolution of your life. Fuck you. That's what I feel is going. They're already doing it right now. Exactly that, Michael. Right there with you, man. They're doing it right now. That's the one that gets me the most is the removal of the fucking decision to the exception to policy. That's what pisses me off the most. It's like, don't say there's going to be a policy, or don't say you're going to pay. Just, say, hey, look, get the fuck away. Wait, whoa, hang on. So an offer was made and they didn't take it. No, Holly, that's not what happened. The offer was made. Some were considered, some were also given the opportunity to apply, and then it was taken from them before the process even fucking started. I'm going to take you out to dinner. And then I'm going to feed you, and we're going to go out, have a good time. We're going to go get some drinks. We're going to go party. We're going to take me, spanking, all that stuff. And then, no, we're not going to do that. I mean, I know that's like too simplistic of a fucking analogy, but no. That's what it was. There was no, hey, they were offered and they just didn't take it. It was, hey, here's the offer, and then he didn't fucking get an opportunity to use it or exercise it. Just like the vax exemptions. Just like the fucking religious exemptions. Me and Spanky talked about this before on the sergeant's time I would say about a few months back. They're going to do the same thing with fucking the trans soldiers like they did with the vax. Oh, you can have an exemption process to go through, but we're not going to fucking have it. We're not going to have you fucking, we're not going to approve it. You're just not going to get fucking approved. Oh, we'll give you a severance. Oh, we're not going to give you a severance. Psych. So yeah, I'd be pissed off too. And I'm not even fucking trans. If I wanted to get out, specific, do a specific way. There are already retirement processes already in service for that. It has been in practice. If you're at 15 years, you could take the reduction, the redux or something like that. You take a little bit of severance pay and you retire at 15 years for a little bit less of a retirement pension. It's happened before. Why couldn't we do it for the trans soldiers? Or here, how about this? You could have just left them fucking in. The way I see it, if they fucking can deploy and they're fucking moving out or whatever, exactly that. Thanks, Spanky. Redux, that's what it was. And that was a big thing the Army was really pushing. And the Army paid. I know some people that took the Redux retirement, 15 years. I think it was like, what, 30, 40,000 or something like that? $40,000. And then they had their... A lot of people are still not understanding what happened and commenting with no sense. Yeah, you ain't lying, dude. I ain't even articulated as much as I can, Keith. Kind of like us old guys who would have been given free medical for life. Oops, sorry, that didn't get approved. Yeah. Us retirees, man. Holy shit. Thought I was going to get this. We all can agree that the U.S. Army and military has already made a decision. Oh, you did take the Redux. Okay. If you didn't know they were trans, then you would not. Yeah, exactly that. Why didn't you just do that? Exactly, Specky. Fuck. So miss me with that bullshit. Okay, got it. The policy's not allowing them to serve. Okay, got it. But at least give them the fucking benefits that you said you were going to give them. That's all. That's all I asked. What people don't understand is if you take a severance pay and you're entitled to be advanced for disability, they withhold your disability to the entire blah, blah, blah. Blah, blah, blah. Then they reinstate your disability pay. So taking that doesn't really help unless you want the lump sum from. I would wait until I think Spanky get. Well, that's what I'm saying. I don't know what the situation of how this Air Force program was going to be given or what that was going to happen in the retirement stuff. I don't know those specific details. And they're just the Pentagon is just waving the magic fucking wand on again. You know. What is this recent or since Elon checked in? What are you talking about? What are you talking about, Holy? I was using the dinner. Oh my God! Everyone in the DMs. I was just using the dinner out analogy. I'm gonna take you out to dinner. Everyone now all of a sudden everyone thinks I'm gonna take them out to dinner. Oh man, yeah, exactly that, Chad. It's not always like that. So again. Now we're also hearing that the characterization of discharge, we're waiting to confirm, by the way. Like, you know, when you get out on your DD-214, right? It's got that little code in the bottom, right? It says what your discharge code was. For some of us old timers that are all beat up and broken, and you're like, this motherfucker ain't coming back unless zombies are coming type of thing, right? I know there's other ones that say, you know, general discharge, honorable discharge, blah, 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 and all that. And we're waiting to confirm that. I'm waiting to see if there's any DD-214s that we can get so we can highlight it. But there's going to be, I guess, supposedly a code that denies them, like they consider them like a threat or something like that. I'm waiting to confirm this. I'm waiting to confirm that. I'm just saying, streets are saying that their DD-214 on their entry code or the code on the bottom is like not allowing them to come in because they will be considered the way the code is a threat to national security or not compatible or something. I gotta do more research on this, and also I gotta wait until I see a DD-214 with that code from a trans soldier. Let's all have a drink and system fuck it. Yeah, the Doge shit. Okay, yeah, you're talking about. You know what, Holly? If Doge were to actually go into the VA. Half those motherfuckers that you see on TV and in the news saying, we're going to do this with the VA, will be out of a fucking job. And I think it was only for a little bit of a time. What does non-service connectability means? Because wait, hang on. What does non-service connected disability pension mean? That means my award letter states, replying, that's now officially dead. Okay, my point for the severance pay is that there is severance pay, and again, most people don't understand this. And they take the severance and don't get their disability for a couple months or years. Yeah, but again, in this situation, I'm sure we don't know. We don't know what the details of this would have been. That's what I'm trying to find out. I get your question. I get your point, Chad. But I just want to know what are we looking at, right? What are we, what are the details out of this? Not this is big. And today we did this for this week, and our warfighters did that, and we want to be more lethal. Now I want the fucking details. Sorry, me being a retired sergeant, I'm an NCO. I want to know the deets. I want to know the meat. I want to know what's going on. Give me all them shit. Don't bloviate and hand wave. These aren't the droids you're looking for. The Doge stuff wasn't really a big deal to me, at least. Just a basic sit rep and justifying what your job really. Yeah, I don't know. What do you say you do here, right? Bring in the bobs. So I'm just saying, well, we're tracking this fucking story. I'm just surprised that the Air Force is like just saying, oh, we're doing this, and oh, that's it, and then they go through a spokesperson to say all those service members with 15 to 18 years of honorable service were permitted to apply for an exception to policy None of the exceptions of policy were approved. God damn, dude. Then why have an exception to policy if you can't apply for it? They're all going to be denied. Again, just like the COVID, just like the vax exemptions. Everyone got too fucking behind their virtue signaling. That's why we got a grand total of 13 reinstatements from soldiers, or I should say service members, that came in. Would you want to come back after? Oh, hell, that's what I'm saying. Would you want to come back? Would you want to come back to the same place you worked for all those people that were shit talking you for doing that? Yeah, exactly. I wouldn't. That's just me. Only because I, upset a lot of people. I mean, I'm sure they wouldn't mind. They probably want me to come back in to fucking do some UCMJ. But I don't want to come back in to fucking work the, to work at that stuff. No. Nope. So once we find out what's going on with that specific code, with the DD-214 code, we'll let you know. Because again, if you're not going to fucking offer, if you're going to offer something and then not provide, and then not go through with it, it's almost like, oh yeah. Oh, okay. We're going to do this for you. And then psych, pull the rug from underneath their fucking feet. So again, you raise your right hand, you put the uniform on, you did what you fucking got to do, you deployed, didn't deploy, you support, whatever. Because you know what? I can see definitely a lot more people that didn't deploy, that stood on the sidelines for over 20 fucking years and have to make a comment about trans soldiers that do deploy, that have gone out, that you didn't know they were fucking trans. I'm just saying, only from what I've seen. Only from what I've seen. So you best fucking believe that, yeah, I'm gonna fucking say, you guys are fucked up for doing this. If you didn't want to have trans soldiers serve and all this with, like I said, change of policy, I fucking get it. We all fucking, hey, we just gotta, the administration is the administration. You can't fucking change that. It was allowed, not allowed, then allowed, then allowed again, then there was support for it, then not allowed. Nowadays, that statement is more true than ever. Deployments, yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Hey, Joseph, there's people who openly shit talk about trans soldiers that want to fucking serve, that want to fucking deploy, that want to go do this shit. And then absolutely you look at them and they've not deployed anywhere. Or you've noticed that they've been fucking institution, PME hideouts, like to hang out at TRADOC or the centers of excellence. Somebody says, where is Big Balls? Is he safe? Is he all right? Of course, about the joke about the story about the DC and the troops. So yeah, man, miss me with that bullshit. Yeah, again, and I'll be honest with you, all you literally have to do to finish what I was saying before that comment right there about the deployment stuff, is that if, okay, fine, you're not going to fucking let them in, you're not going to fucking let them stay in, you're not going to whatever, and you have a policy to change it, then let them fucking finish their tours out. If they're close to between 15 and 18 years, then obviously, yeah, let them out. Let them retire out. No more or med board out, whatever the fuck they want to do. If they're officers or whatever, if they're in DEF or whatever, let them serve their fucking time, and then that's it. If a trans soldier is obviously not of whatever and they're ETSing and you bar them, then that's according to the policy. Hey, look, again, that's the fucking administration. Is DC deployment? Yeah. Insomniac, I'm cool with trans people serving. I just don't think that they should be flying pride flags, uniform or trans flags. Also, also sensitivity training. Nah, that gets lumped into EO. Well, there was a directive a long time ago that flags other than state flags or the U.S. flags were only authorized on installations anyways. So there was that. And this was a while back in Scott Post. And it's always been the that's a good one. Oh, yeah. SSB pay. I haven't heard that in a long time. Surely in the comments. But anyways, there should have just been like a natural attrition. Okay, you don't want fucking trans soldiers to serve. You don't want them to do this. Fine. The ones that are close to be, I would give them a sanctuary. If you're past 15, you want to take the redux, so you get retirement. Blah, blah. If you're close to, there's got to be like a window. If you're close to 18 or you're at 18, go to 20. There you go. The soldiers that are not on an in-def or whatever, then attrit out normally through bars to ring, blah, blah, blah. This shit's really fucking easy to do. That's the thing. The process in it is I mean, could have been explained. Army trans soldiers are seeing this shit going, what the fuck is going on? Are we next? What's going to happen next to us? You see how they fucked up the beard policy, right? The change in the beard policy. Looking at you, 3CR. Army directive comes out immediately. Shave now. That's not what the Army directive said. It's supposed to be some phases. You got a specific time until you finally get say, yes, you are authorized to have a shaving profile, or no, you need to be clean shaven. So miss me with all that bullshit. I guess it's somebody, goddamn, it pays to be old. Yeah, I guess it does, huh? Some of the stuff that we talk about, some of the stories. So every time I see that, our warfighters are doing this and our warfighters are doing that, I'm like, okay, let's get in the weeds. What are we talking about? What's up with the DFACs? What's up with the fucking, what's up with the hots and cots? No pun intended to the app that we were collaborating with Rob Evans. What's up with that? Why are you having soldiers that are getting their DFACs getting closed down and shit, and you're still taking their BAS from them? Just give them BAS. The standard old, drama back and forth. But again, that's just me about the trans soldiers. That's just me. How I would have done that. Maybe they need they need an NCO in their they need an NCO on their team. There needs to be some retired, crusty ass NCOs on their team to advise them. If you do this, you got to fucking do this. You got to fucking do that. Blah 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 blah. There you go. You're gonna look like a dick if you fucking do this. Blah 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 blah. You're actually gonna hurt recruiting instead of fucking helping it out if you do this. Blah 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 blah. Oh, by the way, we suck at drones, so why are you fucking not putting more money into drones? Sorry, I got to do my drone plug. Take a break right quick. Refill your glasses. Smoke them if you got them. Hit the head or hit the latrine. Shots. We'll be right back.
WTF Nation Radio. WTF Nation Radio.
Take it from me, Ice. You can't just float around space not caring about stuff forever.
The voice of U.S. Army. WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
Shit in the bag, Pogue.
Breeds a soldier's tale of wild misdeeds, from the chow hall to the PT grind. You won't believe the things you'll find. Drill sergeant's rage, a fiery storm. Private tensions far from the norm in the shadows where the secrets lie. Army W.T.F, you can't deny. Army of the stories unfold. In the heart of the chaos, the truth is told. From the field to the base, the legends grow. Army of the force, the madness we know. A Humvee stuck in the mud so deep. A midnight rain, no time for sleep. Emerge straight like golden hand. The strangest sights in this foreign land. Drill sergeant's rage, a fiery storm. Predator's antics far from the norm in the shadows where the secrets lie. Army W.T.F, you can't deny. Army of the stories unfold. In the heart of the chaos, the truth is told. From the field to the base, the legends grow. Army of the force, the madness we know. The mud so deep, a midnight rain, no time for sleep. Emerge straight like golden hand. The strangest sights in this foreign land. Drill sergeant sergeant's rage, a fiery storm. Private's antics far from the norm in the shadows where the secrets lie. Army W.T.F, you can't deny. Army W, the stories unfold. In the heart of the chaos, the truth is told. From the field to the base, the legends grow. Army W, the fourth, the madness we know. In the ranks where the wildlings roam, every soldier's got a tale of their own. From the absurd to the downright strange, Army W, the fourth, it never will change. She'll raise a glass to the tales untold. In the Army's world where the brave and bold live the moments that make us say, Army W, the fourth, every single day.
Hell is a candle, not a big fireplace. It's a girl with blonde hair and tears down her face. It's a lack of emotion, but a devil so warm, with a sense of elation and souls being torn. Thought she was the problem, but I came to find that the thorns and the horns had always been mine. The devil in you and the devil in me are just part of the problem, as problems tend to be. You don't need to explain, we can both feel the pain. It's alright to lose faith, just don't lose this embrace, this devil in me. This devil in me. He met with my mother, said he's the son of a guy, and anybody who knows him is destined to rhyme. Plays the blues like he owns it, and breaks hearts like it's fine. But a lock is away when he's found the one, and he's cursed to this cycle, but he won't know he's there, since I won't let him die until his moment of despair. It's alright to lose faith, just don't lose this embrace, this devil in me. This devil in me.
I am here determined to stop this future atrocity.
This station is now the ultimate power in the universe. I suggest we use it.
The voice of U.S. Army, WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
I find your lack of faith disturbing.
Everything stated on WTF Nation Radio is to be considered the opinion of the person that stated it, and not an official representation of WTF Nation Radio or U.S. Army WTF Moments.
Price does not include tax, title, or license. Some assembly required. Each item sold separately. Batteries not included. Objects in mirror are closer than they appear. If conditions persist, contact a physician. Individual results may vary. Keep out of the reach of children. Avoid prolonged exposure to direct sunlight. Keep in a cool, dark place. And
please enjoy the show. Shots.
Edition with myself. Normally Mass is here, but he's doing the show thing now. He's this big highfalutin friggin' artist and stuff. He knows he's got the artista stuff down. So it's pretty cool when you think about it. I mean, it's cool seeing some of the staff and some of the members of the U.S. Army WTF Moments and WTF Nation Radio team out there representing all over the place. But anyways, what were we talking about? Yeah, so let me pull this up right quick. And I think we had let me just rewind this. Let me just rewind this right quick. So you guys know that who Florent Groberg is. We all Captain, Medal of Honor recipient. We've had him on before. He has chatted with us at U.S. Army WTF Moments and WTF Nation Radio, and has been a guest. You're having some great conversations. Sometimes he'll hit us up and chat with us and see how we're doing. So it's kind of like, oh, hey, what's up, man? What's up? Yesterday was his Alive Day. Now, if you guys don't know what his Alive Day is about, if you ever read the story of Flo, I feel so bad. I mean, that's just call me Flo. Literally, he's that humble. He did some amazing shit, and he discussed his conversation about his Alive Day, and the Army highlighted him on about his Alive Day, which, standard fucking normal stuff. The Army, that's the way the Army is. The Army likes to highlight their Medal of Honor recipients, and we all, I mean, they're all, I mean, Medal of Honor recipients, when you hear about the stories or read about the stories, it depends on what, well, I will say there's one that kind of everyone's like, what's going on? Is that if you guys don't know, Captain Florent Groberg made a split decision to save lives. So he was assigned as the PSD for senior coalition and Afghan National Army commanders in the Kunar province when he spotted a suspicious man walking backward toward the formation. So without hesitation, Flo sprinted toward the subject and tackled him with the help of Sergeant Andrew Mahoney. Once on the ground, the first bomber's vest exploded. He tackled a freaking suicide bomber, triggering a second hidden suicide bomber moments later. Tragically, the blast killed 4 Americans: Sergeant Major Kevin Griffin, Major Thomas Kennedy, and Major Walter D. Gray, and Rajay Abdel Fattah. But many more have died if it not been for Flo's freaking heroic actions, which, to highlight it, I mean, the Army likes to highlight. I mean, it's the 250th anniversary. I'm surprised the Army is not, I don't want to say propaganda. The Army has not highlighted its Medal of Honor. This is like the 250th year. It's like no pomp and circumstance for our United States Army for 250 years. There should be like one a month or one a day or one a week of Medal of Honor recipients highlighting these outstanding Americans that some of them just didn't have no disregard to what their own safety, but put their, say, I'm going to go help out my buddies. So he sustained multiple injuries. If you guys know that he did come on to U.S. Army W.T.F. Moments, and he was interviewed by us. Lost 50% lower calf, definite left ear, significant traumatic brain injury, and he recovered. He recovered at Walter Reed before being medically retired in 2015. So for his acts, he was, obviously awarded the Medal of Honor, right? So the Army highlights this. The Army goes, yeah, fuck yeah, well, look at this badass. Right. Everyone's like, yep, 3 bags full. Groberg even talks about his own Alive Day, right? Enter Laura Loomer. You guys don't know who she is? I know some of you guys follow her. It's that I know. But man, this is her quote. There's probably so many people in the Army who could honor, who have received the Medal of Honor. But why? But who did the Army choose to honor this instead on their social media under the Trump admin? Flo, a Democrat who spoke at the 2016 DNC. Jesus fucking Christ. Really? If you just look at this right now and she just continue to run along? You'd think that the U.S. Army of all places would actually invest some proper vetting to what? A Medal of Honor recipient is not vetted enough? She's got an axe to grind with members in the administration is what it is. And she's taking it out and throwing her bullshit at Flo, which is bullshit. Everyone's like making please make sure you also comment that on X as well. And everybody, and in the most humbling, I mean, bro, Flo is so, like I said, if you ever talked to him or you ever met him or like I said, on the podcast, he was great. So humble. Like he was just, it was just, I don't know. It's just very humbling to sit in the presence and discuss and shoot the shit with Flo or interact with him or and highlight him. We were talking about, he had his book coming out too. So he graciously put this response. Oh boy, 13 years ago is my Alive Day and the day I nearly lost my life and 4 of my brothers, including 3 Army leaders who never came home. I served under presidents from both parties and will always honor my oath to this country. Yes, I spoke for 60 seconds at the DNC when asked about service and sacrifice, not politics. For me, A8 isn't about parties. It's about the lives lost. Well said. Capt. Groberg, Flo, friend of the W.T.F. Nation and U.S. Army W.T.F. Moments. So, and of course, all the fucking trolls are all under this as comments like that. And she wouldn't stop. So the entire veteran community, I would say all of the veteran community decided she was blocking people left and right for individuals making comments and stuff like that. Literally, I was like, hey, did you see this stuff of what she said about Flo? I'm like, what are you talking about? What do you mean? Task and Purpose got an article coming out about it. Don't worry, it's coming out. It'll be posted on U.S. Army WTF Moments as well. And I'm just like, good Lord. How could you have stepped in? I mean, yes. I can't say that. We're trying to maintain our community standards on our social media pages. Hang on, let me show you. This article is going to be coming out pretty soon from Task and Purpose. It's going to be posted on U.S. Army WTF Moments from Matt White. And Laura Loomer unites vets from both sides of the aisle after Medal of Honor rant. Loomer, an unofficial advisor to President Donald Trump, who has traded in conspiracy theories in her social media feeds for years, including claims that 9/11 was an inside job, took issue with the Army media. Man, I hope the next person the Army highlights is somebody she doesn't like either. I get it. If you've served in the military, to have some maybe of an inkling of service, and but that's between us. But to a Medal of Honor recipient, yeah, she's got a lot of influence and stuff. People, every time someone says something, people get mad or something like that, and she's like, next thing you know, some big job's gonna happen. Someone's gonna get a job. Nope. She says something to the president, and that job doesn't happen. Are we supposed to believe that the Army couldn't find a Republican and a U.S.-born soldier? See that fucking dig right there? What the fuck? I'm just saying, if you guys support this shit, I'm just saying. Even Dakota Meyer said, what the fuck? The person worried it doesn't have to be. If anyone has earned a right to free speech or have an opinion, is a man who threw himself in front of a suicide bomber to save lives. What have you done? Amen to that, Dakota. Yeah. It's raining cows and horses, huh? Oh. Really? Raining cows and horses? Is it because of all the drama, supposedly, of some... Somebody said there's some Chiefs drama going on. Is that true, Baconator? You're part of the Chiefs... whatever they call themselves, like Raider Chiefs Nation. You guys say Chiefs Nation like how we say Raider Nation? So anyways, and she continued to even to the point to where she got community noted. Bad. That's one thing I like about X. Them notes for you. Got really a bad. Everyone's like, oh man. Even gave the statistics of what happened, the detail of what happened. Served presidents from under both parties. I'm going to say Captain Groberg is the most humble individual you will ever meet. Ever. Without a doubt. You're just like, this guy's a Medal of Honor recipient. He's cool as shit. Oh, wow. He even came to talk to W.T.F Moments and W.T.F Nation Radio. So, meanwhile, everybody who has, yeah. It's just always drama. Chiefs Kingdom. Oh, Chiefs Kingdom. Got it. Okay, got it. Sorry. So, there you go. I'm sorry. Chiefs Kingdom. My bad. Yeah. So we say Raider Nation. You say Chiefs Kingdom. I need to head back to Casey Mo. Anyways, it's been a minute since I've been there. It's been a minute since I've danced along and walked the streets of Kansas City, Missouri, and all the outlying areas. Should each state post their own Medal of Honor recipients on billboards in that town? I like to see. Yeah. I will say again, I was expecting more from the Army when it came to their 250th anniversary. I really expected it. It got me heated so much that I'm fanning myself with my AAR propaganda that even celebrates the 250th supporting soldiers and their families since 1942. Make sure you donate to AAR. The Chiefs bandwagon. Ooh, go Browns. Ooh. You guys have been watching the preseason games, right? Yep, of course. You know that saying when your team doesn't disappoint? Nah, Raiders did just fine. Oh man, yeah, it wasn't a good game. So anyways, go back to what I was saying. The Army didn't say shit. Probably because the Army didn't want to get dragged into some fucking drama with somebody who's part of who's unofficial advisor to President Trump, and she'll go crying to fucking President Trump because some general said something, and then that general will get fucking fired because everyone's been calling her out. Everyone should call her out. That's some fucked up shit you said there, Laura. So, yeah. Dry magnolias or barbecue gates or Arthur's. You'll love God barbecue. Yeah. Oh, man. Hey. I'm not complaining about the barbecue. I will say that is probably the best barbecue that I had. Just sort of, Mama used to make barbecue, from the family recipes. There's some good barbecue. Patriots did better than last year. Yeah. Or what was I at before I got distracted by the games there before the preseason games? Oh yeah. So she made her comments and all that, and she's still going, and everyone's like snapping back. Even when you have individuals that you can't believe that you would think that wouldn't call her out. I've been calling her out too. Marjorie Taylor Greene. She even called her out. Damn. So that story, and of course the article talking about Laura Loomer really stepping into it. What better way to piss off the entire veteran community, both left, right, center, fascist, anti-fascist, because everyone says we're going to some sort of fascism. Anyways, but yeah, that's if you guys don't know how she's a pundit that will really like get involved in stuff, like make meetings with the presidents and shit, and the next thing you know, somebody that she didn't like or whatever, then the next thing you know, you hear about somebody not having a job or something like that. That's what I think. That's why the Army really didn't want to step into this. The Army didn't want to say, "Man, shut up, bitch." What was that? What was that? That one? That influencer, Deadlift Dad, or something like that. Shut up, bitch. Play the national anthem. He calls everybody bitch. So, so yeah, you can't really. Nah, I know, man. I want some fucking barbecue now. She even wrote, quote, under the Secretary of the Army, Dan Driscoll, there have been several instances of either him or the Army promoting anti-Trump leftists on their official social media channels. Because, of course, nobody can have free speech, right? Is the Army paying me to say that? No, the Army's not paying me to say this. Are you kidding? Come on, man. It's fucking Flo. You know, nobody shit talk Flo like that. Anyways, what was the Restream bot has more XP than me? Yeah, the Restream bot's been burning a midnight oil right now. Lots of great comments coming through. Facebook. Hey, look, guys, for some of the shit that you're saying, we'll try to go through my best to unhide those comments because Facebook and the community standards really just don't like you guys to talk. That's fucked up. So. It's free speech only if they want. No, it's only free speech if they like it. Again, don't go after Flo. But again, a lot of people are going after fucking Dakota Meyer. I didn't see that much. Did we see a lot of outrage about that? I think we did. I think we said, hey, everybody shut the fuck up. Leave the Medal of Honor recipients alone. I think that except for the one, the Navy SEAL or something like that who left an Air Force combat controller on the ground. Sablinski, whatever his name is. That story's gonna fucking blow up. But it has been blowing up. It's been I think it's percolating. But again, yeah, don't diss Flo, man. Great guy. Again, you would not expect you would not even know that you're talking to a Medal of Honor recipient, how humble he is. Just an all-around great dude. And the fact that he didn't go back and forth on a tear and didn't snap back at her and just was polite. She was poking. It's like she wanted him to fucking fight back. So that way she could say, see. How come he's been visiting the White House? You know he's part of the fucking Graves Commission. Do you know he's been like there? We've had like several instances of we had Purple Heart Day. He was in DC for that. I think he was. Several Medal of Honor events that happened from the Medal of Honor Society happened around Washington, D.C. What the fuck do you think he's going to be at? Everyone has a right to be an asshole. We should always support that. That's right, PIQ. You're correct. That's why I always make sure to unhide stuff. Everyone gets mad. How come you guys don't delete, block, or whatever? No. I want all the assholes to be seen. I want all the lights to be shined on them. Let me see something right quick. When did he come on? I'm just trying to. Somebody asked me when did he come on? So he came on Yeah, you're gonna have to look at the. I think he came out like 2016 or something like that. Way back in the day. Yeah, you're gonna have to dig. Trying to find when he came on. Give me a second. No. Where's he at? Yeah, it was. Yep, it was around November 2016 is when he came on, and so that was when he joined us and shot the shit with us. So that's when he came on. So yeah. Yep. So that's pretty cool. Just real quick shout out, seeing him back on and stuff like that, and him talking. Just have to look back. So yeah, all you have to do is just search. Go to WTF Moments or WTF Nation Radio and just go on to and just type in Florent Groberg, and then you'll be able to see it on there. He's on there. Our government is so jacked up right now. Let's require quarterly IQ tests on all politicians. I don't think so, dude. Because I don't know who are the people that we are. I don't even think that IQ tests are fucking good anymore. Have you seen people with high IQs? How have they been acting lately, Baconator? Holy shit. So, anyways, last story. I just wanted to throw that thing out there. Like I said, the article's going to come out. Feel free to go to Laura Loomer's Laura Loomer's X account. Feel free to shit post on her. That's where she's pretty high and prevalent on the web. So that's where she makes all of her shit posting comments. Where was that one? Where's the so you guys didn't hear what happened with China and what they did? What China tried to do but failed miserably? I'll show you the video. Two Chinese warships crashed into each other trying to chase off a Filipino Coast Guard vessel in the South China Seas, and they really fucked it up. I'm trying to pull the video here. It's fucking hilarious to watch. Yeah, that's why we didn't tag her, PIQ. That's why we didn't tag her. Here we go. So there was a video, and the reason why I'm playing this is because it's got Winnie the Pooh on there, and so us always willing to. So there's a meme theme going around where people like playing. Hey, come out to this place, the best vacation ever. 200 pounds. It's been going on TikTok or whatever. But anyways, it's hit the national mainstream news type of thing where people get this ad for a cruise line, and they superimpose it sarcastically over shit happening. And so, and I'll play the video. Let me window cap this so that way you guys can see it. If anyone needs something to be grateful for, know we're almost in the clear of avoiding a nuclear World War III. Almost in the clear, Susan? I don't know, man. I don't know. There's individuals right now that, I don't know. We'll see what happens. Okay, so first off, let me just show you the image. Jet 2 holidays. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. The Jet 2 holiday. Hey, welcome to Jet 2 holidays, blah, blah, blah. And it's always okay. So if you look at anytime we want to shit post on Xi Jinping, we always do. So I found this one because it's got the little Winnie the Poohs on there, and probably going to get us banned on YouTube, or get the episode pulled on YouTube because he cried about that. So did Russia. So let's walk through this. So you see the Philippine crew. These ships are moving. I didn't realize how fast they were booking for ships. And then all of a sudden, blam! Look at that! Oh, look at that! Oh, look at that! Oh man! And there it is, right? All damaged and shit. And look at that! Oh god, could you imagine? Do they fire their Navy captains like how our Navy does? They just fire them left and right. Look at that. Look at that. Oh, man, some serious damage. Let's do that again. Boom. Fuck China. I'm just sorry. I just excited. Exactly. The Winnie the Pooh on the bottom has me say, yeah, is sending me. Yeah, me too. It's hilarious. Oh man. Jet 2 holidays. Okay, so the meme that's being passed around that's on all the other platforms like TikTok, I don't know if it's gonna get us banned. So if it does, then or get us a mute or a block or whatever, who cares? Live life in the wild side, I guess. So here it is with the music. And let me play it right now with the little meme ad. It'd help if I put sound on, right?
Nothing beats a Jet 2 holiday. And right now, you can save £50 per person. That's £200 off for a family of 4. We've got millions of free child place holidays available, with 22 kilograms of baggage included. But now, with Jet 2 holidays, package holidays you can trust. APTRA National Protected. Nothing.
So hopefully that didn't get us a strike. Oh shit. Jesse McIntyre, Epstein. Yeah, no shit, Jesse. We've been talking about Epstein. Doing some friggin' copy, cut, and paste and stuff like that ain't gonna friggin' help. We know, yes. Thank you once again, Jesse McIntyre, for his constant daily updates on the Epstein list. Hey, every podcast, just drop that in there, man. China needs to stop making their shit. Oh, China needs to stop making their ships like old ramen noodles. Yep, exactly. So, I don't know. Did that get us a strike? Let's see. Let's see if it got us a strike. Let me see. Oh, looks like everyone's all happy there. We might get a strike later or something like that because someone's going to complain about that video. But yeah. Anyway, so China tried to fuck around and they ran into each other, and I just thought that was hilarious because fuck China. Everybody knows that West Taiwan, and everybody knows that Taiwan is a country. I'll say it again. Taiwan is a country. China needs to stop making their ships out of old ramen noodles. The memes are hilarious. Some of them are kind of like, I don't want to say racist, but damn. Anyways, thanks to you. You know what to say? No, I don't know what to say. Yeah, I've always been on the China watch list, by the way. One time we had a show where China tried to actively go into, when I had different interwebs and I was doing some different interwebs connections and trying things out. We actually had somebody try to infiltrate W.T.F. Nation Radio while I was on air from China. Anyways, this is the Monday edition. Every Monday, myself and Massey. If you could get us, you could get us. If not, if Massey's out doing stuff, I'll always be here. Like you just saw, all we do is shit talk news, talk about the talk about the weather, and all things highlighted with a veteran lens to it. They have enough rice on board to dry that water up. Tuesday, Pop Culture Warrior Michael Carrasquillo, also known as CQ, with the staff of Mad Mike and Angry Elf. The Sorents. You guys, there can be some show changes. So if you guys notice that the Sorents will be playing on Wednesday, but a little bit later, probably like around 11 p.m. Eastern Standard Time from what I'm getting. That'll be Wednesday. And then Thursday, of course, Sorents have myself and Spanky. And then Friday, FTX. I think everybody should be back now from all the conventions. And then weekend co-ops. And then, of course, a sports bar kicking up they're going to be coming back online soon as well. There's going to be some changes. The show graphic is going to change significantly because we're going to have some significant events happening on playing live on all platforms, but also playing not live, but posting on our YouTube page at US Army WTF Moments and WTF Nation Radio. Specifically WTF Nation Radio. You're going to see them get posted on there. And a lot of show ideas, a lot of new format changes, a lot of agreements that we're working with other celebrities of the pop culture world and, psychology, cooking, outdoors. Man, I can't wait. So make sure you share, like, and follow. We're broadcasting live on 5 different platforms. We're on 2 YouTube pages at US Army WTF Moments and WTF Nation Radio, 2 Facebook pages at US Army WTF Moments and WTF Nation Radio, and X at WTF Nation Radio. I'm going to tell you what, that's where you can do the best shit postings on X. People will cry up a storm and they'll just block you and you can still see them anyways. So like my little one says, hit the thumbs up and subscribe. And y'all have a good night. Shots. See you.
Hey, this is SEAC retired John Wayne Troxel. You're listening to WTF Nation Radio, the station of choice for all of the badass MFers on the planet.
The voice of U.S. Army, WTF Moments. This is WTF Nation Radio.
Reigns. Officers orders driving us insane. ATF 0-30, no time to complain. Push ups in the mud, feel the muscle strain. Army life is a wild ride. WTF moments can't hide. Through the fire we survive. In the ranks we thrive. It's WTF moments in the Army's grind. Through the blood and sweat we find our kind. In the chaos and the fire we stand aligned. Warriors forged in the battle's bind. Hilltops in the desert, sandstorms in our eyes. Memories for breakfast, no room for lies. Front marches through the night under starless skies. Brothers and sisters we rise. Army life is a wild ride. WTF moments can't hide. Through the fire we survive. In the ranks we thrive. It's WTF moments in the Army's grind. Through the blood and sweat we find our kind. In the chaos and the fire we stand aligned. Warriors forged in the battle's bind. Drill sergeant fury echoing in the air. Discipline and duty we all must bear. Battle bodies by our side in the fight we share. In the face of danger we dare. Army life, it's a wild ride. WTF moments can't hide. Through the fire we survive. In the ranks we thrive. It's WTF moments in the Army's grind. Through the blood and sweat we find our kind. In the chaos and the fire we stand aligned. Warriors forged in the battle's bind. Zones and firefights, adrenaline's rush. Silent nights, broken by the enemy's hush. Medics on the move in the heat of the crush. In the heart of battle we trust. It's WTF moments in the Army's grind. Through the blood and sweat we find our kind. In the chaos and the fire we stand aligned. Warriors forged in the battle. Army life, it's a wild ride. WTF moments can't hide. Through the fire we survive. In the ranks we thrive. Memories in our mind. Brothers lost but never left behind. Army WTF moments in the stories we find. In the Army's embrace, we're forever entwined. It's WTF moments in the Army's grind. Through the blood and sweat we find our kind. In the chaos and the fire we stand aligned. Warriors forged in the battle's bind. Through the smoke and the flames we rise again. In the heart of the storm we find our sin. Battle bodies by our side, our men. In the Army's legacy we transcend.
Everything stated on WTF Nation Radio is to be considered the opinion of the person that stated it, and not an official representation of WTF Nation Radio or U.S. Army WTF Moments.
Price does not include tax, title, or license. Some assembly required. Each item sold separately. Batteries not included. Objects in mirror are closer than they appear. If conditions persist, contact a physician. Individual results may vary. Keep out of the reach of children. Avoid prolonged exposure to direct sunlight. Keep in a cool, dark place. And
please enjoy the show. Shots.
There are many simple things in the world. Shovels. They are all different. Gardening shovel. Unloading shovel. Children's shovel. But there is also a different shovel. We use it when we come to the position. In short time, it helps us dig a trench which saves us from bullets. If a tank will pass over the trench, there is a high probability that it will not cause any harm to the soldier. We dig in the ground, deeper, and then connect the trenches with our friends to the left. In just a few hours, trenches are all connected. When we do not have an axe, we can use a shovel to cut a loaf of bread. A soldier uses a shovel as a paddle, crossing the wide river under enemy fire. If we run out of ammunition, we will use a shovel again. And then we'll move on. And when we get the order to stop, we'll take a shovel again and build around us an impregnable fortress. This fortress is defended by the army of Ukraine, our army.